Hey my beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. I am V, aka V the Truth. I am here to help you take back your power here in 2021 or whatever year it is that you're watching this. So today's topic is going to be it's a very personal topic to me, so I guess you can say it's going to be one of my favorite topics. But we're going to be talking about psychic abilities, and we're going to be talking about all of our clairsenses, which are basically your I guess you can say your metaphysical senses. As we all know, we already have five physical senses, which is our sight, our sense of sight, smell, hearing, taste, and feeling, right? Or touch. And so we also have these senses actually heightened on another level as far as what people would call being psychic. Okay, so I feel like the word psychic has been thrown around a lot, especially in the spiritual community, especially during this time, since a lot of people are actually coming into their power, and a lot of people are, I guess you can say, discovering their abilities for the first time, or actually looking into their abilities. Okay, and I am here to tell y'all that it's okay. Okay, I'm here to help. So don't be scared, don't be confused, don't be whatever. Okay, I'm about to break it down so that y'all can understand and maybe help clear a couple of questions or just confusion, okay? So we're gonna start by talking about one of the most known abilities, which is going to be clairvoyance. So clairvoyance. So before we dive into different clairsenses, I did want to say that everybody is psychic. Okay, everybody is already psychic. If nobody has told you, we're all spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay, so we're already spiritual. You don't have to do anything to be spiritual. You don't have to do anything to really activate your abilities or anything like that. You already have them. Okay, and it's just a matter of recognizing them and working with them, just like you would with your physical body. For example, if you wanted to get more faster, you would work on your leg strength, right? So that you can be able to run faster. So same thing. So the more that you work with your abilities, the more that you recognize your abilities, the more that you're like, oh, okay, this is my clairvoyance working, or oh, okay, this is my clairaudience working. The more you're going to be able to, one, isolate those different senses, and then two, you're going to be able to work on those senses. Okay, so like I said, the first one that's going to be most well known is going to be clairvoyance. A lot of people have clairvoyant abilities. A lot of readers have clairvoyant abilities. A lot of psychics or psychic mediums have clairvoyance as one of their abilities. So clairvoyance means to see clearly. Okay, so all of the clair senses are going to be to clearly do something. Okay, it's going to be clearly to one of your senses. You know what I mean? So clairvoyance is going to be clear seeing. Claircognizance is going to be clear knowing. Clairsentience, I believe is how you say it, it's going to be clear feeling. Clairaudience is going to be clear hearing, and Clairalience or alliance, yeah. Alliance, Clairalience is going to be clear smelling. Now we're going to go from the top, which is clairvoyance. Clairvoyance, like I said, is clear knowing or clear seeing. So a lot of people, this is going to be with your third eye. So what you're going to be seeing are what people can kind of like compare them to is like daydreams. So you're going to see certain flashes in your third eye or your mind's eye. You're not actually going to see it in the physical world. It might be symbols, it might be sacred geometry, it might be premonitions, it might be actual visions, it might be, however it manifests, it's going to be in your third eye, and you're going to be able to see it in your mind's eye. Moving on to claircognizance. Claircognizance is clear knowing. And in the way that this manifests is basically, so what I wanted to say with claircognizance is sometimes it manifests through other abilities. Okay, so for example, with me specifically, my claircognizance comes sometimes after I wake up from dreams or after my clairaudience has already been notifying me. So basically ringing in the ears, will indicate that you're having a download or you're receiving information at that time. Now, I noticed that with claircognizance, you won't know that you have that information or that knowledge until you actually need to use it, which most of the time is going to be within the same relativity or the same time frame as when you receive the information. So you might receive the information after going to sleep or like waking up, after you go to sleep, and then you actually won't know that you know this information until you need to put it to use later on. But yeah, Clairsentience. I swear I struggle with this word so bad, but it means to clearly feel, okay? And this can be, I feel like a lot of empaths or people who can already pick up on emotions, this is going to be one of their either most strongest or most prominent clairsenses, because you already, as an empath, you already pick up on different emotions and stuff. But what sentience is a little bit different, because you can actually not only feel different emotions that are surrounding you or people that are around you, you can feel their emotions, but you can actually know and hear their thoughts and feel their thoughts, if that makes sense. Because all of our emotions and all of our thoughts are actually energy in motion. That's why they call it emotions. So when you think certain things, you're vibrating at a certain frequency. For example, they say lower vibrational emotions are gonna look like more of like, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. I'm gonna put in a chart so that y'all know what I'm talking about. But basically, the lower vibrational emotions is literally lower vibration. So they're gonna be more of like wider, wavelengths of wider frequency. Now with gratitude or frequency of love, it's going to be more like this, you know what I mean? Where it has higher peaks and shorter wavelengths. So with Clairsentience, or even with Claircognizance and your clairvoyance, you'll be able to pick up other people's thoughts, because of the fact that as they're thinking certain things, their thoughts vibrate at a certain frequency, and you're able to intercept that frequency. So that's what it means when you have clear feeling, because you can feel those changes in frequency. You can feel those changes in vibration. Okay, so that's how you're able to read people's thoughts, is because they are thinking at a certain frequency. Their thought forms are vibrating at a certain frequency when it comes into your vibrational area, I guess you can say. That's when you actually pick up on it, and you can actually understand or feel or know what they're thinking. Okay. Clairaudience. Clairaudience is one of, I guess you can say, my favorite ones, because of the fact that it actually comes with a physical symptom sometimes. So ringing of the ears is going to be one of your major indications that your clairaudience is popping, or is popping off, or you're about to hear stuff, or sometimes it doesn't even come with a warning and you'll just hear things. Okay, I know that a lot of people, like I mentioned before, a lot of people that actually have mental health issues, or people who think that they have mental health issues, or think that they're hearing voices and stuff like that, are actually very clairaudient. And because they don't know that they're clairaudient, or that they don't go and do the research, they end up thinking that, oh, I have a mental issue, but really it's their clairaudience being very, I guess you could say, physically impairing. Because I know that as my abilities have gotten stronger, I personally have all 5 of the clairsenses. So as my abilities have been getting stronger, I noticed that I'll get the ringing in the ears, but at the same time, I'll also get ringing in my clairaudience, which is not like, I don't know how to explain it other than it's not physically impairing, but mentally it is, if that makes any sense. So that's why I say a lot of people who have clairaudience or have very strong clairaudience, they might mistake it for mental health issues, because they're constantly getting either voices, or they're getting messages, or they're getting ringing in their clairaudience, which is not your physical ears. So it's not actually something that's going to that you're actually going to hear in your actual ears. You're going to hear in your mind's ears, if that makes sense. Because as you know, you have your third eye, which is your mind's eye. So you also have what is considered your mind's ear, which is what your clairaudience actually comes through in. The last one is going to be Clairalience. Clairalience is going to be the clear smelling. Now this one, I know very few people actually tap into or actually use it a lot, and it's mostly due to the fact that I feel like if you're like a psychic medium, or you're a medium of some kind that actually works with people who have passed on, or basically like speaking to the dead kind of thing, then you would have more clairaudience or more clairalience, because of the fact that you might smell like their perfume, or you might smell some kind of smell that you can actually tell the person that you're reading for, and they'll be able to relate to it. Okay, I feel like clairaudience or clairalience, you don't really need it unless, for example, like let's say there's going to be a fire that breaks out and you smell burning. You know what I mean? So that's going to be one of the ways that it's going to show itself. But like I said, everybody has different abilities. They have different levels of their abilities. Like I said, everybody is already psychic. Everybody already has all of their clairsenses. It's just a matter of recognizing your clairsenses and how it manifests in you specifically for you to actually be able to work with them. Because like I said, everybody experiences things differently. Everybody has it come up in their vessel in a different way, because we're all here for a different reason. We all have different paths, so we're meant to use our abilities in different ways. Okay, so I wanted to kind of dive into my personal story of how I found out that I have all of the 5 clairsenses. So for a long time, when I first started my spiritual path, the first thing that I found out was that I was an empath, right? I've always been very sensitive to other people's emotions. I've always been able to, I guess for a long time I played this game where it was called like guess the person's life, okay? And so I know a lot of people who people watch can relate to this. So basically what you do is you can do this anywhere. It could be like at a restaurant, it could be at the mall, it could be wherever. You could even be sitting in the car, seeing somebody drive by and guess what their life is. And so I guess like I would be able to, I guess, read people's thoughts and stuff as they walked by, or like what they were thinking or how they were feeling that day. And I didn't recognize that that was actually my psychic abilities or my clairsenses coming into play. And so not only did that was one of the things that helped me see that I had abilities, but the fact that I would know that things would happen and then they would happen later on. And so I know that your clairvoyance and claircognizance are 2 of the abilities that actually can pick up things from the future or things from the past. So I know that I've met people where I've known what they've done in their past without them even saying anything. I've met people where I knew something was going to happen to them in the future and it ended up happening. I know that people who have clairvoyance or claircognizance, you'll have a lot of deja vu. Deja vu meaning you feel like you've already lived this moment before, or you feel like you've already seen or experienced something before. And that's really just your higher self, because if y'all watch my videos, you know that I say a lot of the times that there's no such thing as the past or the future. There's only the now or the present. And so whenever we in the present recognize, for example, let's say I knew that something was going to happen. Okay, I got notion that something was going to happen, and then it happened. So as it happened, me recognizing that, oh, I thought about this before, I'm giving myself deja vu, because my higher self is recognizing, oh, okay, we thought about this before it happened. And so, that's how it plays out, if that makes any sense. And if y'all have any questions on how these kind of things work, or if, you know, your senses manifest in different ways and stuff, please let me know in the comments. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of the times whenever I have discussions like this, where I've actually talked about this on Clubhouse and stuff, a lot of people come out and they're like, oh my God, this whole time I thought I was crazy. I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was just hearing things. I thought I was just seeing things. I thought I was just knowing things. And it's like, no, you have abilities. Everybody has abilities. They just don't know it. And honestly, it's because they don't want us, they, meaning the higher ups, the elite class, whatever you want to call it, the Illuminati. They don't want us to tap into our abilities, because if we live fully in our power and we don't really need guidance from the government, or we don't need guidance from a higher hierarchy, then what is the point of them being there, basically? You know what I mean? So I feel like this new age of Aquarius, us stepping into this new age, is really all of us finding out about our abilities, working on our abilities, strengthening our abilities, and seeing how that plays a part in our purpose. Because all of our abilities, the different combinations of strengths and skill levels that you have in each of your abilities, play a part in your soul's purpose. It plays a part in your soul's journey. You know what I mean? And you're here. Everybody's here for a reason. If you're watching this right now, you're watching it for a reason. Your soul has been reincarnated in this vessel for a reason. Okay? So I strongly affirm and believe in that, because we're all here for a reason. You know what I mean? We didn't just come down here on this earth during this time right now for us to just live and die. You know what I mean? We're here to learn not only about ourselves, but about each other, and about how to heal each other, and about how to heal ourselves. Okay, so I am going to be having a course on this, where I'm going to be diving deeper into how to strengthen your abilities. I might make a video about it, just to touch on, like, just touch lightly, you know what I mean? Touch bases lightly on how to strengthen your abilities and stuff. But I think I'm going to make it a Zoom class, so that we can, oh, excuse me, we can actually talk about it, and I can actually interact with y'all, and we can actually, in real life, in real time, talk about these things, and it actually help you guys, because we're talking about things that are specifically pertaining to you, instead of me just talking in general. So yeah, if y'all have any comments or concerns, please let me know. If y'all want me to talk about other things, let me know what other topics y'all want me to talk about. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back soon. Bye.